During the third millennia, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover. As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how, by refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
And I said, hey, oi, let's chop your penis off. Oi, can I have me penis back? Why do you have dreadlocks, you white oppressor?
Royce Lopez.
Always be aborting. A always be aborting. Always be aborting.
Breaking news.
Breaking news,
You're
guys.
hearing it only on our show first. Apparently Donald Trump has worked out a deal. He will get the wall. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rock climbing wall.
Oh, no! The other side's going to be a slide. You climb the wall up and you just
Lands into a nice, clean, chlorinated pool. And then you immediately get a welfare check. Fucking A.
Oh, shit. He was a boy, he went to girl, now he wants to be a boy again.
Oh, God, just stay a girl if you're going to be this indecisive.
I think Caitlyn Jenner's a handsome woman with a great penis. Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trannies. I just don't want to put that one's cock in my mouth.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast. Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time, here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce Lopez.
Folks, Thursday afternoon. I don't think we're going to make it to Friday at this point. Welcome aboard. Revenge of the Sis. Yay. Yeah, we're still here for now. At least for this fucking first hour. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Mike's Nightwave was taken from him in the middle of the feed. And by the way, the funny part is that, you know, I told you this morning that he was taken down because he said he was. You told me yesterday you were watching some video. It wasn't until this morning that I realized he was watching the same video I was watching on Daywave, which it's everywhere, by the way. This video's on Facebook. Like, that's where I found it, Facebook, right? It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. It's everywhere. It's this white dude, like methed out white dude wearing a cap, yelling the N-word at some black guy. The black guy's filming at him, laughing at him. And apparently somebody has it specifically out for Mersh because they popped his Nightwave show in midstream, correct?
Midstream. So, and now I have all Twitter accounts that are not working today. I can't sign up for another fucking YouTube account because I already have two tied to my fucking phone number, and I've got two tied to the fucking Google Voice number. So I don't have any more. I got to get a new fucking phone service. I got to get this is fucked.
Hey, somebody somebody lend Mersh their phone. If you just let
I just got to go get this phone activated. I have to actually manage to fucking leave this house one time in my life for a day. Instead of be fucking working on shit that I can't even do anything. Dude, I can't even poke my fucking head out from under a rock without somebody stepping on my fucking head. I'm not doing anything.
I'm starting a movement, hashtag burner phones for Mersh, where he'll be like Jason Bourne. He's going to need different phone numbers every week at the rate they're popping him. So you had to finish your show on Twitch. Now, okay, because people were asking me this morning, when can they listen to, where can they listen to Nightwave?
I guess Twitch for whenever, and then I'll get fucking popped on there. And then I'll try to get another YouTube channel. But even if I get if I leave right after fucking Revenge of the Sith today, go activate this phone with Sprint and start a YouTube account. It's going to be 24 hours before I can live stream on there so we can fucking forget about tomorrow night. That's already done. That's not happening. So I don't fucking know. But I'm not fucking doing anything. Who am I fucking with? Cernovich? Jared Holt? Mm-hmm. It could be R.C. Maxwell. It could be fucking that bad check writing Mike Tokes. It could be any one of those scumbags.
Well, by the way, I wish this was like a good news, bad news situation. But by the way, you said it. What's your Twitch?
It's Twitch/comedian Mersh. That's easy to remember.
Well, your fans like you. They'll find you. Comedian Mersh.
This is fucking unbelievable. I don't want to be on Twitch. Twitch is garbage.
Agreed. I don't disagree. That's the one that Amazon owns.
So at least 2 days before Nightwave comes back to fucking YouTube to stream to fucking 24 people. Because nobody's going to be able to find it. It's going to be a complete fucking pain in the ass now. And my fucking phones are locked out of accounts. Literally, I am now pretty much a day away from being unpersoned. So I'm just going to tell everyone now, I'm not feeling this today at all. Like, I'm really not. I'm not. I want to go fucking take 3 days off is what I want to go fucking do. Because this is bullshit. Oh, good. The USB device is not recognized. I don't even have a USB device plugged into this computer. Isn't that awesome? Let's just everything break.
The mouse?
I'm going to... Oh, swear to God, I want to fucking take a sledgehammer to everything in this room. I'm just fucking pissed, man. I don't want to... I literally just don't want to do this anymore. That makes sense. I don't want to do this anymore. I give up. You win. They win. They win.
Did you appeal it?
Yeah, I appealed it. What the fuck's that gonna do?
I'm
not a fucking thing.
Asking. Don't be mad at me. Yeah, people asking, including Royce. Yeah, don't hit me with a sledgehammer. I'm on your side here, bud. And then we woke up to the other news, the story that we've been working on since June 25th is when we did it on the show. The 26th is when you wrote the article. Mm-hmm. The Desire Netflix has Desire movie on Netflix. You can listen back to the show, and if you watch the show, you know what we're talking about. And anyway, you're gonna know anyway because it's all over the place now. Mike first picked it up. The Deadline and who else was talking about it? Deadline and somebody else.
USA Today, Deadline,
right?
And now Benny Boy.
So Ben Shapiro. Well, Ben Shapiro didn't write this. No, guys, it's a totally real person at Daily Wire called James Barrett. Now,
the James Barrett.
If you click James Barrett's name, right, and everyone could do it if you go to Daily Wire, but he doesn't have a picture. Look here, this is James Barrett, who writes for an internet website. Doesn't have a picture, no links to his Twitter account. I Googled it, I couldn't find his Twitter account. I'm thinking that Ben Shapiro has a bunch of these burner names that he has on there, a bunch of different ones, so it doesn't look like he's the only one writing all the stories.
Oh, really? You think that Ben Shapiro might be trying to save a few bucks on his payroll? Is that what you're trying to imply?
I'm not I am just asking a question. Why would somebody who works for an internet website not have their Twitter, their Facebook, or even a picture? James Barrett. Anyway,
Barrett. She said Trolita's saying Barrett's a fake name. Barrett is not a fake name. James Barrett might be a made-up person.
Made up person with that, yeah. Anyway, Netflix is. This is what James Barrett wrote. Netflix is under fire from parents groups over a film containing a sexually charged scene involving a 9-year-old girl. In July 27th letter, the Parents Television Council called on Netflix to pull the film Desire, an Argentinian film first released in platform in December 2017. The film contains a scene in which a 9-year-old girl masturbates to the point of orgasm. We know all this. Obviously, we know all this because we broke it. Apparently, the the parents, and you've probably heard of these guys before, but the PTC, which is the Parents Television Council, that's a name I remember from my childhood, which is like, it's like an independent organization.
Yeah, they're the ones that went after WWE. Remember they had Right to Censor was
Parents Television Council.
Yeah, Parents Television Council.
So they wrote the article and they gave credit to IndieWire.
Because IndieWire broke this story.
They gave credit to IndieWire.
IndieWire. Man, look, this shit is fucking hard enough with the censorship and being deplatformed and being kicked off everywhere. We don't need to get a dick in the ass by people who are supposedly on the same side as us. And you guys wonder why I double down on my fucking assault on the alt-right? I don't even care about the left anymore. I want to fuck over the Ben Shapiros and the Mike Cernoviches of the world and the fucking Kumias and the Pasobia, all these people, Lionel Media. I am going to rip your fucking faces off because you're worse than the enemy. The enemy, when you fight an enemy in battle, they deserve a clean death because they're an enemy. You're an enemy standing up against another enemy. Traitors should always be given a worse death than the enemy, okay? The enemy, you fight head on, and you take them out or they take you out. Traitors should be fucking burned at the stake. Figuratively.
Figuratively, of course. Here's the Parents Television Council. In a July letter to the Parents Television Council called on Netflix to pull the film. And this is
I expected better from you, good father.
You know what? You're, by the way, hypocritical. You own a strip club in Vegas.
Yeah. You made a lot of money pimping women, and then you shut the door behind you. And then you wanted to make sure nobody else could pimp any hoes.
He decommissioned the hoe train.
Yeah. You don't just fucking add one O to your name and you fucking turn over a new leaf. You and this porn star degenerate next to you. Ivory cheated in every match she was in.
I know how to get you back on the internet. Mike Shelio. What do you think? Add an O to your name. They'll think you're a different person.
I am so fucked. I can't even joke about my situation right now. Because Streamlabs fucked me all weekend, and then now this is fucked. Now I'm fucked.
Streamlabs was down for a while.
It's like I'm out all of my money this week. This is just fucking great.
So anyway, Daily Wire, James Barrett gave credit, of course, to the IndieWire. You keep boxing us out, and it's not difficult to find out who broke the story. I remember actually ripping the video from Netflix downstairs and us talking about it on the show. We didn't even play it on air because we watched it. Then Mike wrote a story about it like that night. It was put up. It was shared. A bunch of people shared it.
And I did it like in that this needs to be done immediately, and I'm super annoyed because I have 5 other things going on, but I didn't complain. I went, you're right. This is a story we need to break. Clickety, click, click, clickety, click, click, click. Until it was done, researched, pictures, links, hyperlinks, everything. Worked our asses off on it. Like it's like, what's the point? They're just going to come take it from us every fucking single time. And once our website accumulates enough bombshell stories that we can prove, wow, they published that way before them. What are they going to do? They'll all team up, go to WordPress or Bluehost, and they'll get our fucking website taken away. And we'll have no proof. So please, everyone, archive everything you see on our website.
You know what? I didn't think about the website thing. You're right.
Somebody,
because WordPress has been popping people lately, haven't they?
Yeah, somebody who's not Filipino Shea, not Trolita, not CIA Bog, not any of the guys at Cool Scott that are always working on other things. One of you autists who very rarely steps up to the plate, please. Because everybody is, right now we are in DEFCON 1 and everybody's busy. So somebody please take initiative and archive the site because none of us have any time right now. But we have to give credit. got to say the one positive thing. We got to give her credit today.
Oh, of course. No. We were talking about it off the show. Look,
I will be the first to admit that up until today, I have still had shreds of doubt, a little bit, just little hints of doubt about Laura Loomer. Mostly because she's Jewish. Let's be fair. That's always in the back of my mind. I can only trust you so much. It's true.
I get it, but it's funny.
Sorry, it's just the way it goes.
Go ahead.
We saw how it went the last Jew I trusted 100%. We all saw how that went. Oh, no, take down his Patreon. He's being mean to me. So, look, Laura Loomer, I've had some doubts about her. I will never have even a shred of doubt anymore after today.
You're right.
She has gone above and beyond trying to get the word out that we were fucked. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I got it. Like, I just posted it on Facebook. I posted the screenshot. I was like, I love this woman. I don't even know what to say anymore.
What did she write at the Daily Wire?
Well, I DM'd her the other day, right?
Which is great.
This is the story, right? Because I DM'd her the other day, and I said, like, look, can you retweet this, right? And then I was like, all right, I was pissy today. I was very mad about the suspensions and all that stuff. So she DM'd me something today, and I went, all right, I'll take care of it. By the way, don't worry about retweeting my tweet. I'll just get literally every other human being on the planet to do it instead. I was a little angry today. I was pissy. She did respond. She goes, Twitter's just been a shit show. I have not been checking anything. If you want, just text me. I'm like, all right, I don't text people because I hate when people text me. I don't like when people contact me at all. We've been over this.
We've temporarily limited some of your account features on ROTC Radio just now. It refreshed on me. I'm 12 hours, and the only thing that we've posted violating Twitter's rules. What the fuck did we do?
Here it is, folks.
What the fuck?
So far, I still got mine.
Here it is. Look, so you can see it. By the way, somebody do me a favor, real quick. I'm going to full screen it. Screenshot this and send it to me on Facebook, please. Please. Thank you. I appreciate it. I can't do it during the show. It's too much pain in the ass.
Look, man, this is what's happening. This is the way it's going to be now. And it's... What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. They're putting the boots to us, man. There's nothing we can do about it.
So I'm limited now on my account. By the way, all I did was I was going into Twitter so I could, tell you what Loomer said. So
I ended up texting her, and I was like, hey, look, got this tweet. Same shit's happening to me again. That's happening to you all the time. My shit's getting stolen. Can you retweet this? She retweeted it, which was nice enough of her, but she actually went above and beyond, retweeted the Daily Wire's article, and even added, hey, at Ben Shapiro, at Daily Wire, you should credit at ROTC Radio. They did this in June.
Her exact tweet was, you need to give credit to ROTC Radio. They broke the story and have been working on it since June. And then she did retweet what we wrote, which was me retweeting the Daily Wire and just, calling them out.
So I am officially issuing a declaration now that anyone who messes with Laura Loomer will get their throat ripped out on the internet promptly. I have nothing left. As far as my internet life is concerned, I have nothing left to live for. They've already given me a death sentence. So, might as well go out in style.
So now we 12 hours. By the way, I haven't closed it yet, but they haven't told me what I did.
They haven't told anybody what they did.
The only thing only
They don't tell you what you did anymore. They don't want anybody to even have. Here's the thing: they used to at least show you what you did and not even explain what it was that was what you did. But they'd show you what the post was. Now they won't even show you what the post is because that allows people to gather too much data and catch them selectively enforcing rules. They want to be able to selectively enforce rules and not even tell you what they're enforcing.
Right.
That's just how it is.
You know, it's one thing to be talking about it, but then it's another thing when it fucking while you're doing the show.
Wait till this channel gets popped, and it's gonna have. Don't jinx this, bro. It's going to happen. This channel's getting hit within the month. So, and don't anybody give me you jinxed it. Because if you're a real fucking retard who believes in that shit, you shouldn't be listening to a show that's this skeptical to begin with.
Yep.
We are going to get hit with with at least one content strike within the month. Bet your fucking bottom dollar on this, folks. And everybody's going, well, don't be negative. Don't be negative. I just said the night before Nightwave was taken down, they're going to start coming after us. I was specific. I said they're going to come after me first, and once they hit Nightwave, they're going to hit ROTC. I've been predicting this shit down to the fucking steps that they're taking. And then one of the listeners last night, I think Auto Shed was like, if you're going to keep making new Nightwave channels and instigating people, they're going to go after ROTC. And I'm like, no, if I keep creating Nightwave channels and fucking with these people, hopefully I can keep them distracted and away from ROTC. Keep them too goddamn busy. But the thing is, dude, this doesn't matter. Our profile's bigger now. We're on all these added, we're added to all these trusted, whatever, the auto flagging things. That's just the way it is now.
Yeah, the auto flag list, those plugins you were talking about
these
yesterday.
Fucking snitch bitches use.
I can't.
But
by the way, if you think that this is something that needs to be pointed out with the ROTC account, the ROTC account is probably the one where Mike and I are the most careful.
Yeah, the reason I started to, if you guys notice a few months back, I started to pivot back over to my @Mersh on Twitter. It was, A, to obviously build up, so Royce could build up his, I could build up mine, and we could build up ROTC and have multiple channels to discuss things on. But it was also to allow me to go back to being like, fuck you, you gay F word, or, you know what I mean? Like, when I have a few too many, or if I had a couple Jamesons at night and some liberal says something stupid and I make fun of him for being a tranny, I want to make sure I have my ducks in a row. So I always want to make sure we get ROTC up and running, but now ROTC is literally, check out episode 200.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, look at this article by so-and-so. Hey, support our friends here at this.
Today, the only thing we did was call out stupid the Daily Wire for being assholes. That's it.
And I wouldn't put it above Benny Boy and his little crew.
Well, it's at least nothing's been. I'm just going through it. Nothing's been deleted. They never gave me a reason. That's the stuff that I'm like, how can you not? Whatever. Why am I questioning?
They're not doing this to the fucking the blue check marks.
No, they're
Jew
fine.
check marks.
They're fine.
I don't see Sarah Jong having a fucking problem with her account getting locked. This is retarded, and nobody knows what to do. Nobody knows if we should regulate the internet as a utility. Nobody knows if we should just do the Internet Bill of Rights thing. I don't know, but the bottom line is Silicon Valley is just all communists. Invictus got his book taken down.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Invictus was going to publish his book. It was like a self-publisher company that he was doing it through. Mm-hmm. And they deactivated his account, which he did all his old books on.
But it was a self-publishing company. Isn't that the whole point?
Because of his connections to dangerous organizations. Oh, no. The bookmaker got him for using other people's intellectual property. And he's like, but I didn't. And they're like, well, that cover is a logo that's actually registered as a trademark. And he's like, yeah, it's registered as a trademark as my old campaign logo.
Right.
That's the trademark. They took his shit down. He ended up being able to publish his book now on some other thing, and it's available on Amazon. It's called Set the World on Fire. by Augustus Invictus. The problem is he had to publish it in 3 volumes now. And I was saying on Nightwave last night, I love you, bud, but I'm not paying $48 for 3 volumes of your book. I'm not doing it. I've never paid that much for a book.
I don't understand.
You understand now why I see guys like Sky King, why I see women like Nassim, why I cheer them on. This whole thing is broken. The whole fucking game is rigged. This game is rigged.
12 hours for nothing. For nothing. For nothing.
It's fucking it's I feel like Bodie from The Wire, man. When he's sitting on that bench with McNulty and he's ready to just go, look, man, this fucking whole thing is rigged. What am I gonna do, man? Fuck it. You know what I mean?
You're going to make Mike go out there and start choking homeless people.
I'm going to end up like Bodie. I'm going to end up standing in front of a fucking vacant house in Baltimore, going out on a street corner, just as the final elements of like Antifa and the alt-right all are just surrounding me in a street corner, and I'm just going to be shooting into the darkness, just knowing that somebody's coming up behind me. It's over, man. It's done. It's over. We have to do something. We can't just keep doing shows. That's not going to work. We need to pivot. We need to figure something else out.
It's fucking insane, huh?
Like, at this point, I might just have to go do some IRL activism shit. The kind of shit that gets you either arrested or stabbed. And then maybe I can make some of them Tony Foreman bucks.
I mean, we could try to move on. You want to move on?
I mean, yeah, this is not... I'm not going to be in a good mood today, though.
No, that's obviously not.
This is fucked.
U.S. sues operators of pirate Texas station known as Alex Jones Radio. So check this out. Since 2013, right, in Austin, Texas, okay? I'm sure you remember these because you're my age, so this is probably something you remember. You know, like... those pirate stations that people would put out, like, you know, on FM, and, you know, you had like someone playing their mixtape, and it's all the N-bombs.
I had a buddy of mine that did one, and we used to fuck around and actually do it, like literally, like not out of his house, but out of his shed.
Right.
He's a little bit away from his house, but yeah, I love those things. They were always better.
Yeah.
So it was always way more raw.
It was. So apparently there was a station in Austin, Texas, that was basically getting Alex Jones' show and broadcasting over like a FM radio, pirate station. The U.S. government says the operators of the station, considered the flagship radio outlet for conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, must pay a $15,000 FCC penalty for broadcasting without a license. The station's I guess because, you know, you were allowed to have an FM like modulator like that if it was under a certain wattage, but all these pirate station people would go to Radio Shack, build ones. It was easy to build one.
It's very easy to take one that's within the law, that's legal, and then just enhance it. Yeah, radio waves and electronics, like anything involving electricity or radio waves, it's very simple technology. Like a middle schooler can go, oh, just make the dish bigger and extend this little thing and then up the wattage.
Right.
And you get the whole fucking town.
So FCC penalty for broadcasting without a license. The station's operators have rejected the demand and accused the FCC of trying to run a bluff. To collect the debt, the Justice Department recently filed a civil suit against Walter Olnick and M. Ray Nadler Olnick, demanding the married couple pay the FCC's penalty for willful and repeated violation of the U.S. law. They're accused of operating a pirate radio station. Texas Liberty Radio has been unlicensed at least since 2013, according to the FCC. On its website, Texas Liberty Radio says it stopped broadcasting when it lost tower access December 2019. But for years, the Olniks have been fighting the FCC's attempt to enforce federal law, insisting the agency doesn't have the power over them.
I love people like this.
The Texas Liberty Radio and Austin flagship for Jones, according to the Austin American Statesman. Now, by the way, they've been fighting. They haven't broadcast, apparently, since 2017, right? December 2017. But now this is coming out. I guarantee you, here's what happened. The FCC, it's not like they could. People understand they just can't find you. You know, you could hone in. You could have FM modulator detectors and all that stuff. First off, that technology's not big. They haven't really been enforcing that shit because no one's doing it anymore.
No.
You do a podcast now. You know what I mean? So it's weird.
There's absolutely no reason to use radio waves anymore unless you're trying to reach old hermits and boomers.
Yeah.
Because, you can go on the internet and not get a fine and say whatever you used to be able to say whatever you want.
Not anymore. And now, here's what I think happened. Alex Jones tipped himself off to the FCC. I know the apartment. I know where it's at. Because I'm sure they're friends with him because they're in Austin. Tipped them off, told them where it is. That way this story would come out at the same time as him getting deplatformed to everybody else. You've done it, Mike. You've made me put a tinfoil hat on with this whole situation.
You think he threw them under the bus?
No. Mark my words. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pay the fine for them. It's not a felony. It's not a felony, by the way. Yeah. This is a misdemeanor. This is $15,000. It's a fine. You pay $15,000, you're done.
Alex is a fucking Jewisaurus Rex. He barely pays Owen.
$15,000 to him. Think about this.
Yeah, I know. That's like 2 years of Owen Schroyer's salary.
Yeah. Okay.
You fucking kidding me? That cheap fuck. He's not gonna pay their $15,000. That's a half a good Breitling, half a good fucking diver's watch.
I'm telling you, it might be worth it to him.
Yeah, but is he a normal person? He's
No.
out of his fucking mind.
No, he's not.
And he's completely driven by self-interest now. I don't buy it. He might do it, but I don't even think he's got that kind of level of fucking authority.
Well, I guess I got popped because here's what happened. They got you for Gun for Tards. They got you for Mersh yesterday. I'm sure on your Twitter app on your phone have ROTC, right? Same way I do. Mm-hmm. And since it was on the same phone, that's why they hit it.
But why is Mersh fine?
Oh, I don't. Because didn't they hit Mersh recently?
Yes, 2 days ago. But there's nothing to do with this. It wouldn't have gotten you on a delayed shit like that. This is new.
Well, at least we know people are listening.
Yeah, but for how long?
Until they were gone.
And that's the thing. Once you get to a certain level, you can't even pop back up. That's the problem. You got guys like fucking, guys like Cantwell are living like rats now. Look at Invictus. Invictus, for all intents and purposes, he's not exactly the edgiest of the edgy. I mean, when you pick out guys that are known in the alt-right, he has some controversial opinions and stuff like that, but Invictus does a live video like almost every day, and it's always him holding his baby, talking about a book or some philosopher from the fucking 15th century and how they influenced their homeland back then. But it's never like, hi, folks, this is Augustus Invictus, and today we're going to talk about why blacks smell different. And you're like, Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, he's not out doing shit like this. He got his PayPal or his Patreon taken away for starting. The only reason I'm on this Invictus kick is because I was using him as the biggest example yesterday because I watched his video. He did the Thornton Park Adventure Club. It was going to be this other thing. It's apolitical. He wanted to get a group of people to start getting together and going on like expeditions together, like the old days. Obviously, now most of America's been explored at this point, but there are still massive parks, even in Florida and Georgia. You can go and lose yourself for in a day in there with people. And not so much camping, but like exploring. And he wanted to start doing that. He built a Patreon account up. All right, we're going to get a bunch of folks together, and we're going to do this cool thing that has nothing to do with politics. We're just going to get in touch with nature again and feel healthy and do some stuff. Patreon was like, due to your questionable connections to dangerous hate groups, you have been your Patreon's been taken away. Nothing to do with politics. They don't care, even if you try to reinvent yourself. That's it. You're unpersoned. There's no like renouncing it and going, well, you know what, man, I'm sorry, I apologize.
Right.
And going into remember the O&A apology clock? Remember that, which is again, towards the tail end, O&A didn't have a whole lot going on, and the show was really terrible at the end. But the apology clock was one of the better bits they did. So every time a public figure had to be forced to apologize, they would reset the clock like a tornado thing in Oklahoma. And because for people like us, the idea of having to apologize for dumb shit was so foreign to us.
Right.
Like when me and Royce were growing up as kids, when you saw somebody on television going, I'd like to apologize to the team and the other players and blah, 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 it was always because like a baseball player was drunk driving and killed some kid.
Right.
So you know what I mean? It was never like he said something dumb, you know? Like I think John Rocker was the only guy that really, like from our day, that had to do that. But to be fair, John Rocker lost his mind in an interview. And was like, you know, remember John Rocker was like, oh, yeah, don't ever go to fucking Queens. You got to get on the 7 train. It's all fucking gay F words and queers with AIDS and fucking N words. And you're like, whoa, you know? And the Atlanta Braves were like, you better go out there and apologize, fucking Kenny Powers version 1.0.
He really was, right?
They based him on a lot of him on. They based him on John Rocker. And I don't know if you remember the big fat pitcher David Wells from,
of course,
from,
David
from
Wells,
the
yeah.
Yankees.
Yeah.
It was a mixture of Rocker and David Wells. But yeah, so like we weren't used to this idea of people going, I'd like to apologize. My statements were not reflective of how I feel as a person. And go to rehab for 30 days, come back, bing, bong, boom, it's fixed. Now they don't even let you apologize. It's just you're unpersoned. And if you come back a year later, doesn't matter. If I fucking converted to Judaism, married a Jewish girl, settled down and had a nice life, and came back and just wanted to do a cooking show, I'd still be added to the fucking mass flagging tool.
Said John Rocker also did that shit on Survivor. Yeah, because that's his shtick now. So obviously he's going to do it.
Well, that's again what the whole story, the whole fucking Eastbound and Down thing was about. Like, if you remember, even with Eastbound and Down, they hired him as a TV guy, and they're like, we want you to be a fucking mulleted asshole. Like, that's the whole point. Like, people are hiring you, so you show up and go, fucking N-words, and you're like, boo! You got to have a guy like that on the show.
Judge blasts Sun Sentinel for publishing confidential information in the Parkland shooting case. This one's fucking nuts.
Uh-oh.
A furious judge scolded the South Florida Sun Sentinel, which is owned by the same people that own the Baltimore
Sun.
Baltimore Sentinel, correct. Sun Sentinel on Wednesday for publishing confidential but legally obtained information about Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz. Broward Circuit Judge Elizabeth Schreier said the newspaper flattered her order, and the portions of the school district reported that Cruz could remain shielded from the public. In the future, she declared that she will consider listing exactly what the newspaper can and cannot print. This is weird. Schreier did not rule on a school district request that the newspaper and 2 reporters be held in contempt for publishing the information. As an issue is a report released August 3rd based on Cruz's educational record, revealing that officials knew about him in the years leading up to his February 14th attack. Sun Sentinel published this. They weren't supposed to. Judge got pissed, but this is what they wrote. Where 17 people were killed. A coalition of 30 media organizations, including Reporters Committee of Freedom of the Press and the Society of Professional Journalists, the New York Times, Washington Post, CBS, CNN, came to the Sun Sentinel side in a court brief filed Tuesday. They called on the judge to deny the school board motion to penalize the news organization and 2 of its reporters, Paul McMahon and Brittany Wallman. After hearing that Julie Anderson, editor-in-chief of the Sentinel, said the Sun Sentinel obtained the report lawfully. Here's what happened. They put it up on the website, and they were supposed to have some parts be redacted. But they put it up, and then they added the black things later, so you could hide. You know how you could do the cover up, change it all black, like in a document.
Oh, you can't do that on the web.
So they were able to highlight it.
You can't do that on
and
the
just
web.
copy paste it.
You can't do that on the web.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
People will right click and go view source and find anything.
The Sun Sentinel obtained a report lawfully and found the contents of the great public interest is duty. As report this by court order, the district was supposed to black out nearly 2/3 of the report because it disclosed the information that Cruz was entitled to keep private under federal law. But the method used to post the report on the district website made it possible for anyone to read the blacked out portion by copying and pasting them to another file. The Sun Sentinel's report revealed.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Schools officials did not properly advise Cruz on his legal options when he was faced with removal of Stoneman Douglas High School his junior year, leading him to give up on special education services. When Cruz failed to file the required written rejection of special education services, school officials nudged him, writing it up for him, and then making him sign it. The district
That's
did.
what cops always do with like statements. They'll be like, just sign this. And you're like, I didn't write this.
The district did not follow through on Cruz's subsequent request to return to the therapeutic environment of Cross Creek School for special education needs. So they're supposed to go follow through. They didn't. Sun Sentinel attorney Dana McElroy argued the newspaper broke no law by publishing the stuff obtained legally. It is relevant to important story that these significant public interests have. Okay, you know what? You guys are the idiots, right? All right, the government fucked up. You can yell at the newspaper all they want, but they did the right thing. And honestly, I think this is a judge in that town that is trying to cover up for how badly the system let this kid down. Because it did. You saw some of those interrogation videos?
Yeah, there was nothing. Look, there was no information in that that was putting anybody in danger or in harm's way. That's just you guys wanting to be, not wanting people to know you're fucking up.
And they did. You've seen the interrogation videos, man. They're hard to watch.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's sad. I mean,
it is, man. Like, look, I know you guys just want to be able to go, fuck him. He's a fucking monster. But he was a kid that was really fucked up.
He really was. All right. All right. So this is from CBS of all places. So you remember that we talked about it a couple days ago. It happened last week. That place in New Mexico that they found that was like a shooting training camp for the kids.
Fucking Muslim fucking diddle and school shooter camp.
Yeah. Well. First off, before we play this video, they were released on bail for $15,000.
Oh, they did actually end up having to post bond because at first I thought they were just going to ROR him, it looked like.
But they got out. They're out right now. And how long was Cantwell in jail for?
A year.
Okay, cool.
I think like 8 months.
Okay. I was just curious. Well, this is...
well, clearly Cantwell's a much bigger danger to the community.
He's not even the only person he's a danger to is himself.
Fucking all he likes to do is mace people and drop K-bombs. Like, fucking relax a little bit.
New Mexico compound mysteriously destroyed by authorities. They tore it down in 5 days. Yeah. This is... Here, NBC News.
Isn't that a crime scene?
Tonight, mounds of rubble and a gaping hole in the middle of the New Mexico desert. This is what the compound looked like before the latest raid, and this is what it looks like today. The RV.
So, check it out. All right, we'll start it again because I want everyone to see what it looked before.
Tonight, mounds of rubble and a gaping hole in the middle of the New Mexico desert. This is what the
That's what it looked like. Okay.
Beautiful, by the way.
Compound looked like before the latest
the
raid, and
sweeping
this
overhead
is what it
views.
looks like today. The
It looks like someone's going to just pop their head and go, walk away. It doesn't it? It looks like Mad Max.
RV at the center of this compound has been ripped out, and a lot of the walls have been destroyed. Following a court order yesterday, police seized the RV where 11 children and 5 adults lived in what was described as squalor, saying it was stolen. The underground tunnel where the remains of 3-year-old Abdul Wahaj were found, now covered up, while ammo and a bulletproof vest among a pile of trash still uncollected. This on the heels of 4 of 5 suspects granted release from jail pending trial, one of the suspects detained by ICE agents overnight.
I haven't heard of a single person that's been in favor of the ruling that came down.
It's a case that started with a dead child and an alarming threat. 5 adults described by authorities as extremists abusing 11 children.
What kind of extremist?
It's just extremists, dude.
But what kind? No. You're not getting. Here's another. Saw the trick? You saw it? You saw it? There's extremists.
Dangerous extremists.
Okay. But now, if this would have been, Mike, in your professional opinion, if this would have been, let's say, a white nationalist camp that was teaching kids to shoot up schools, what would they be saying right now?
Well, first of all, white nationalists would never do that. Secondly, actually, you know what? No, I'll take it a step further. Yeah. If they found out that, like, this white nationalist guy in New Mexico was just homeschooling his kids. So, big dead ass right now. We would be watching a news article about, is white nationalism on the rise, and how many of your children are in danger in their local schools, and how does Alex Jones tie into all this?
Wow, that's
what they would do, and you'd go, what the fuck?
On an isolated compound while training the kids to use an assault rifle in preparation for future school shootings, according to court documents. Threat so concerning, local schools scheduled lockdown drills today to prepare for an active shooter. Tonight, the DA planning to appeal the judge's ruling to release.
Of course, these attorneys have ponytails.
Well, yeah, it's still New Mexico.
It's like you think he's like half Indian, and that's why he gets away with the long hair.
Yeah.
Counselor Proudfoot, could you please tell me why?
Judge's ruling to release the suspects, but the court defending the decision, saying the state failed to prove the suspects posed a direct threat to the community.
Yes, Mike.
What about all the guns and the dead kid in the tunnel? That's kind of the dead kid that he kidnapped from the mother.
It's not significant to keep him there. But she went on a whole rant. The judge was scolding them, saying, that this is because they're Islamic. Like, she was basically defending. Like, seriously, this judge is getting a lot of shit, and not even like a lot of shit from like the alt-right, but a lot of normies are like, whoa, hey, what about the dead kid? Like what you said. What about the dead kid?
The dead kid's the main thing.
Yeah.
Here.
None of these people
And look,
should be out there.
I've seen a lot of shit that is like overblown and just like they were planning school shootings and fucking all these kids. And I'm like, I don't have any proof of that. I do know this. I do know that 4 creepy looking people were living off the grid with kids, which that alone is illegal. Your kid has to be, you're not allowed to nowadays in this society live in the desert with your kids, like no electricity or air conditioning or food, and not send them to a school. We're educating them. Welcome to Headlines. So they're like in this creepy compound. They got enough guns and ammo to fucking start World War III. And again, whether they're diddling kids, planning school shootings, all of that speculation aside, dead kid in the tunnel. That's my main concern. You have a dead kid in the tunnel. Like, we have situations in this country, again, with Cantwell. Cantwell maced somebody and sat in jail for almost a year. Because they were like, I don't know if we can let this guy out. As soon as we let him out, everyone's going to be raped to death. Everybody's like, look, the only thing that's going to get raped is some local meth dealer's supply. And I get that. You know what I mean? But, again, I hate Christopher Cantwell, but, if he's going to sit in jail for a year, these people should have sat in jail for longer.
So that's what's happening over there. So they're free right now. They have to wear ankle monitors.
Oh, well, then everything's fixed.
Yeah.
They won't take those off.
The SPLC's terrible year just got worse. New York Post. Yes.
Breaking news, by the way.
Okay, breaking.
More suspensions on Twitter.
Who?
Well, A.G. Luck last night got a 12-hour
Yes,
ban,
I know.
For defending me. R.I.P. Nick Abbott.
He's gone.
Suspended, gone.
Forever?
Well, he's back. At Ashkenazi White.
Oh, okay.
He's really Jewish now, so he can get away with it.
Right.
Oh, boy. So, yeah, everybody just, dude, this is insane. There's so many normies getting hit and shit. I'm like, what's going on?
I don't know, man. It is very frustrating, I can tell you that.
This is probably going to be the theme, even though we'll cover other things. Just every few minutes, it'll be like, oh, great update. Another person's gone.
The SPLC's terrible year just got worse. It's been a rough year for the Southern Poverty Law Center, deservedly so, and it just got more difficult thanks to attorney Jeff Sessions. The SPLC formed in 1971 as an aggressive civil rights nonprofit law firm, but has become the left's go-to arbiter to what constitute a hate group. This is from the New York Post, by the way. Oof. In pronouncements I'm not reading from conservativeeagleninja.com.
From Breitbart.
Yeah, no, this is New York Post, which is still a news organization. That's why the SPLC 2 months ago had to pay $3.4 million and publicly apologize. We covered this to Majid Nawaz, whom it was falsely labeled as an anti-Muslim extremist. He's actually a practicing Muslim who opposes extremism. But that didn't stop the Star Ledger last week from devoting an editorial to denounce New Jersey's ICE spokesman, Emilio Dubal, for his links as supplied by the SPLC to anti-Muslim fanatics. This, even though the Star Ledger admitted that Dubal's own writings show no anti-Muslim bias. It was all guilt by association, right from the SPLC's playbook. Now, Sessions has ordered a review to ensure the Justice Department no longer partners with the SPLC and other groups unfairly to unfairly defame Americans. Sessions acknowledged the SPLC at one time did important work in the South. As Alabama's prosecutor, he worked with it to convict a Ku Klux Klan member who murdered a black teenager. But nowadays, Sessions charged it used to its hate group designation, changed its hate group designation as a weapon to bully and intimidate organizations of which it simply doesn't approve. Groups like the Alliance Defending Freedom, a Christian legal foundation that specializes in religious liberty, and quite effectively, it has prevailed in the U.S. Supreme Court 9 times in the last 7 years. Yet the SPLC has defamed the ADF as a hate group, a label Sessions rejected by appearing before the group. As Ayan Hissaris Ali, who's been smeared by the SPLC as an anti-Muslim extremist, has noted, the group these days is invested more in profiting off of the anxieties of white guilt of northern liberals than it is to upholding civil rights.
This is an opinion piece in the Post, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, this is it's very opinion.
Yeah, editorial. Sessions review a long overdue follow the government agencies and have backed away from the SPLC. It's time for those who still merely parroted smears to start taking a closer look. This is not going to matter. They're still going to quote it in every Vox video. Not going to change anything.
You mean it's not going to be all fixed?
Speaking of all fixed.
You mean the big protest that's coming up that nobody's allowed to know about? It's not going to help?
Well, now people know. It's like Fight Club. You're not supposed to talk about it.
No, I didn't get specific. I didn't tell people that all the alt-right people were going to San Francisco this weekend to protest in front of the social media places.
Mike, but you just said it right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I only said it to our audience. We don't have that many people.
Oh, with like 13, right? Remember this?
Yeah, nobody. I believe I was told by Tony Foreman that nobody listens to us, and also Kim. So, yeah, nobody listens to this show, and also, look, our audience is really good at keeping things hush hush, right?
What?
Like you guys are really good at keeping a secret. So look,
Yeah, they
between you, guys. So I heard that Mike Tokes, and R.C. Maxwell, and a few of the alt-right people are going to go to San Francisco to protest in front of the headquarters of all the different social media companies. Shh. This weekend.
If you say it lower, people still hear it. Like, it doesn't change the amount of people that are going to hear this, right?
My apologies to the alt-right.
That doesn't sound sincere.
404-333. No, I'm not going to. I'm not doing it. But now I got nothing to lose, and I'm going to be on Twitch tonight, wiling out. So tonight on Twitch, on Nightwave, if I hit my goal, I'm just going to go through my phone.
Comedian Mersh.
I don't care anymore.
Comedian Mersh.
It's just comedy. It's satire.
Yeah. It's a good name, though. That would be like, he's a comedian. He's joking.
Yeah. I'm going to go through the phone tonight.
Christian Baker vindicated by SCOTUS, back in court for not baking a gender transitioning cake. The dude in Colorado that the Supreme Court just ruled on.
Can we just? I got a fucking plan for this.
Okay.
Ready? Mm-hmm. We outlaw cake. It's not even that good anyway.
Even cup?
Like cake's good, right? It's a great thing. We all love a little funfetti cake, once in a little red velvet action, but
Ooh, red velvet.
Is it so good that it's worth all this bullshit? Just ban cake. All cake's illegal now. Let's move on.
Cancel cakes?
That's it. Done. Problem solved. Now nobody gets cake.
The Christian Baker who
have an apple for your birthday, you fuck. You'll live longer.
The Christian Baker who fought in the Supreme Court to preserve his right to refuse to make cakes for the same-sex weddings says he is now the target of harassment by Colorado and some of its most mischievous residents who have made a crusade out of trying to force him to bake cakes that offend him. One requester demanded that Jack Phillips bake a cake for Satan, complete with a working sex toy. Yes.
I got an idea. Mm-hmm. If you're a fucking bakery owner and a gay couple comes in and says, we'd like you to bake a cake, you just shoot them and plant a gun on them. And then you call the cops. I don't know what happened. I got robbed. That process will be a lot less costly and over with more quickly. Especially if you're in the state of Texas or Florida, they're just going to come and be like, yeah, well, it's your shop.
The stars at night are big and bright.
Officer, did you want me to give you my firearm so you could check it? Nah, you're fine.
Yeah, get out of here.
Get out of here, you knucklehead.
Another request involved a cake that was blue on the outside, pink on the inside, which wasn't a problem.
Sorry.
What?
Pink on the inside just makes me laugh.
But you know what the cake was for?
I'm sure.
Commemorate her transition from male to female.
Yeah, of course.
Just weeks after the Supreme Court ruled the Colorado bungled its case against Mr. Phillips over the same-sex wedding cake and found the state showed hostility to his religious beliefs.
Yeah, we're all pink on the inside, am I right? Especially when you're flayed alive.
Jesus.
I'm not in a good mood today.
I could tell.
Like,
You're angry.
I am full-on mega fashy today.
Gotcha. Since his case has reached a high court, Mr. Phillips said that he has faced venomous harassment, including death threats, countless hateful phone calls. He also lost 40% of his income and had to cut out more than half of his workforce. He said a Colorado lawyer, August Sakarnia, has made a crusade out of pestering him with outrageous cake requests and then complaining to state officials when he refuses. So they're doing it on purpose.
Of course. Of course. This is what they do. The left, this is what they do.
On that June day when the Supreme Court ruled the same-sex wedding cake, someone claiming to be from the Church of Satan emailed requesting a 3-tiered cake with a large figure of Satan licking a 9-inch black dildo.
See what I mean? That is extremely incendiary. You're doing that on purpose.
I would like the dildo to be actual working model that can be turned on before we unveil the cake. A few weeks later, Mr. Phillips said he believes that Mr. Scardon visited the shop and asked for a cake with a pentagram, which he said he refused because of association with witchcraft.
And there you go. But again, now you see, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong because now you're not even going to find any support. People are going to see how you're doing this on purpose.
Right.
You're instigating them. This is not the same as, oh, they wouldn't do the flowers for my wedding. I'm going to sue. Like, hey, can you make me a cake? Wait, were you a Christian baker? Oh, okay. Could you make me a cake of Satan, right? He has an upside-down crucifix, but the long part of it is a knife dildo, and he's just fucking a nun up her asshole with the knife crucifix. And then also fucking her mouth with his devil dick, and then like using the knife like she's a puppet while stabbing her in the asshole. And there's just, I want blood squirting out of the cake and cum, and I want a bunch of drag queens blowing each other all around the cake. Could you do that for me?
Sure, it'll be done Wednesday.
Apparently he's a capitalist, too.
No problem, sir.
You're going to have to give me an extra day, though. That's a lot of work.
But you're not gay, right?
No.
Oh, yeah, the cake will be done. Don't worry about it. You got it.
But, I mean, you're going out of your way to be, I'm going to really get this guy this week. Just leave, like, most of these problems can be solved if most of you just fucking leave each other alone.
We got a super chat from Nephalimi Ninja of Nabaru. Have a Sam Adams on me. Good news. All 4 suspects in the New Mexico just got their blue check marks and book deals.
Congratulations, guys. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Congratulations, folks.
Oh, guys, we got to go to break. RevengeOfTheSith.com while it's last. /Tony.
And also check out my new show, because Nightwave's going to have to go the way of the dinosaur. Just let's be realistic about this. So, guys, join me next week. We're going to kick it off fresh on Monday on YouTube with the Kill All White Men podcast.
By Ken Fresno.
With Ken Fresno. I like that. And just fucking... Yeah. And I'm not even going to bother getting new artwork made. I'm just going to have the glasses, like that Frank does, with the fake nose and the mustache, photoshopped over my cartoon face.
I love it.
With Ken Fresno.
With Ken Fresno.
Or actually, I'm just going to pay to have somebody fix the color balance in the cartoon picture of me so that I'm black.
RevengeOfTheSith.com/donate if you want to help us. Streamlabs.com/RevengeOfTheSith.
It'll be verified immediately, Danny Saint. I kept changing my Twitter handle at Kill All White People.
Verified right away. And you get all of Hollywood follows you, by the way.
By Ken Fresno-Stein.
Or Berg. Ooh, I like
Fresno-Berg.
it. Fresno-Bergstein.
Fresno-Berg. You can't have enough. Fresno-Baum?
Baum.
Fresno-Baum.
We'll be right back after this. Oh, don't forget to become a patron. Patreon.com/We're Not Sorry.
And we got to rebrand this show, too.
Okay, what do you want to call it?
So we'll be back, guys, with the second hour of Oy Vey with Mersh and Royce. The most exciting 2 hours of television is back with an all-new Revenge of the Sith.
As Royce and Mersh continue to track an international deep state pedophile ring, their journey to the nation's capital is put on hold as Orlando's best police cops receive a cryptic message from an old colleague.
It's a message from my old partner. He needs to see us in Los Angeles right now. Says it's related to our case.
Do you trust him?
As much as I trust you, partner.
What's to know then? A detour from their original investigation finds these no-nonsense detectives in the middle of Hollywood.
Thanks for meeting me. We can't talk long. They're probably following me.
Who's following you?
The Podesta brothers. They've got eyes everywhere, Lopez.
Now trapped between deep state globalists and the Hollywood elite, Lopez and Mersh are on the case. They're no longer avenging Orlando. They're saving America. And this week, they're taking on Pedowood.
I've been working this case. This Dan Schneider guy, producer at Nickelodeon, he's into kids. Or feet. Or kids' feet.
Yeah, the iCarly guy.
How do you know all this?
Thanks for meeting me.
No problem, Miss Bynes.
This is Amanda Bynes? Jesus, she looks terrible.
Dude, she can hear you.
Watch this week as the web grows bigger, the case becomes more complex, and more older model cars get wrecked and plenty of nameless extras get shot. This week on an all-new Revenge of the Sis, followed by Nazi Lawyer. USA, hotels don't have Netflix.
For this performance in Delaware.
To make your shopping day a little easier.
Mervyn's Dollar Day sale is going on right now, and that means great buys on clothes for kids. All this week, you can save on boys' clothes by Campus Le Tigre. Short-sleeve Le Tigre knits are the shirts all the boys will be wearing back to school.
Do you like pranks, guns, and jokes about retarded people? Well, so do we, but odds are your liberal snowflake friend doesn't. How would you like an easy, cost-effective way of screwing with that friend anonymously without losing your Twitter account? Guns for Tards is the perfect way to trigger SJW anonymously through the mail. For a low fee, your target will receive a beautifully designed professional mailer from our fictional Guns for Tards charity containing a thank you letter for their donation. They'll be led to believe that money was donated in their name to a charity that advocates Second Amendment rights for the mentally handicapped people in their area. For a few extra bucks, they will receive pictures and a detailed profile of a retarded person who they helped harm. It's all fun and games, well, except for that idiot who gets this in their mailbox and freaks out. Messing with someone through the mail is effective. Most people do it trolling over the internet, but regular mail is way more invasive. Whether it's a boss, an ex, or a liberal professor you don't like, this is the perfect way to screw with someone anonymously for the cost of a cup of coffee. Well, a cup of coffee in Manhattan, in a fancy coffee shop. Check out www.gunsfortards.com and select a package today. Use promo code MERSH for 10% off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster. A new night, a new time. The Sully Show returns to More Like Radio, Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern before Dutch and Royce. Tuesday nights will never be the same.
I am the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. I am a thatched roof cottage in Wales. I am the best of Great Britain. I am British Caledonian Airways.
Hey, you. That's right, you. Wouldn't you like to know the story of you? What makes you, you? DNA and Me is a genetic service that can help you find out exactly who your ancestors were. You might be surprised.
I thought I was just a standard white guy, but DNA and me showed that I'm actually 4.2% Cherokee Indian.
Turns out I'm not totally white. I'm also part Northern Asian and even some Kurdish. I'm a victim of oppression.
I used to get in trouble for always using the N-word, but with DNA and me, I found out that I'm 2.1% black.
Morning, Steve.
Sup, nigga? The test is easy. Simply swab the inside of your mouth and send it into our labs.
People made fun of me for being French. DNA and me showed I was 8% Navajo. Nobody's making fun of me now, or my people, who were victims.
I'm 13% victim.
I'm 21% victim.
Order now and find out if your friends should be more sympathetic towards you. DNA and me. Are you in? Hell f***ing yes, I'm in.
Second hour of Oy Vey with Royce and Mersh.
I'm not in a good mood still.
Yeah, he's not in a good. He's very angry.
I am accelerating on Twitch tonight, though. We're gonna turn it up. I'm going to get myself kicked off Twitch tonight.
Comedian Mersh?
Comedian Mersh on Twitch.
I want to make sure everybody
can check out the show tonight. You'll follow me on Twitter. I'm going to invite all the flaggers over there, too, so we can all watch together as I play blatant fascist propaganda, and I do a lot of other terrible things you're not allowed to do.
All the flaggots. So this is a German grandmother who was being interviewed for German TV, and they were asking her about the immigrants, the refugees. So this is definitely worth watching. I played this earlier. Everyone said you had to see it, so I'll read some of it.
Ich bin 75
It's outrageous. I'm 75
alt.
years old.
Dann sitze
I
ich in der
was
U-Bahn.
sitting
Das
on the
mag ich
subway
gar nicht
train. I didn't even
erzählen.
know what to tell.
Neben mir ein Schwarzer.
A black man sat next to me with, how do you call it, a cell phone laptop. I think she meant a tablet.
Nee, Laptop ja nicht, kleiner.
Smaller.
Ich sitze am
I'm
Fenster,
sitting in the window
sitzt
next
da,
to me.
hat immer dieses Ding in der Hand und automatisch gucken Sie doch da mal hin.
So obviously to take a peek at what
Da hat
something
der
was on
auf
it. He had an
dem
erect penis
Bildschirm einen erigierten Penis.
on his screen.
Und hatte nun gemerkt, dass
And I
ich
realized I
dahin
was
gucke.
watching.
Und da sagt er,
Then
gut,
he asked,
ist
good,
gut.
is good?
Bis ich bin nur aufgesprungen und raus.
I left immediately.
Dann kam ein
Then
junger
the
Mann,
man
stellte
came,
sich neben die Bank,
a German, he
ein
stood next to me
Deutscher.
to the bench.
Und dann sagt er, ich sehe, Sie
And he
werden
said,
hier
I've noticed you're being
belästigt.
harassed.
Ich bin aufgestanden und dann schrie
I got up,
der
then the
los,
refugee
da der
started
Flüchtling.
screaming.
Fuck you, Ficky, Ficky. Und, also es ist unmöglich. Bei uns
5 minutes
5
away
Minuten
from me
von mir
is a
entfernt
refugee
ist
center.
ein Asylantenheim. Da stecken sie in
Then
eine
they put
Straße von
490 refugees in a
250
street with
Mitarbeitern
250
oder zwei
inhabitants.
Straßen. 490
They put
Flüchtlinge.
490 refugees. I read that.
Ein
One
Einbruch
robbery
nach
after
dem
another.
anderen. In der Elisenstraße, ich
In
kann
the
Ihnen Namen
Elson Street,
sagen,
I can
wo
tell you
innerhalb
names.
von 14
They
Tagen
broke in
zweimal
twice in the
eingebrochen
same
wurde.
home within 14
Es
days.
ist
It's
nicht zu
unbelievable.
fassen. Die Polizei, unser
You haven't seen the Shyamalan twist yet. This is just the build-up.
Straßenpolizist
The police
geht
walk
da
through there
durch
and
und
say,
sagt,
"Oh well, what are we
"Tja,
supposed to
was sollen
do?
wir da machen? Was sollen wir da
What are we
machen?"
supposed to do?"
Die zucken die
They
Schultern.
shrug their shoulders.
Aber man muss sich nicht wundern,
But they
wenn
can't
die
be
alten
surprised when
Leute
the elderly
alle
all
AfD
vote the new
wählen.
right-wing
Ich mein,
party, the
meiner
AfD.
Freundin haben
They
sie
stole my
innerhalb
friend's
von
wallet
4
twice
Wochen
within 4
zweimal das
weeks.
Portemonnaie gestohlen. Einmal bei Lidl, einmal bei Penny.
After 2 different grocery
Warum
stores.
sprechen die alle nur von Köln?
Why do they only talk
Was war
about
denn
Cologne?
hier los?
Do you know what
Ich
they
bin
went on here?
Heiligabend, nee,
On New Year's
Silvester,
Eve, I
aus
came from
Michel
church.
gekommen in unserer Kirche. Und da waren mindestens
There was at least 100
100
and
bis
150 refugees. All of these
Flüchtlinge. Alle diese, naja, okay.
In Germany, you need to be very careful about racism. She means blacks.
That's very funny. The translator note in the video says, by the way, she's trying to think of a word because you can't even say certain words without getting fucking fined or put in jail in Germany. Wow.
And Mike, during this this interview,
Ja, okay.
a wild immigrant appears. Albanian immigrant, Islamist, from a Muslim.
Paar hat mich runter begleitet zur U-Bahn, weil ich da nicht durchkam. Da haben sie sich
Hey,
getroffen.
Mary,
und sind
they met
dann
there and they went on to later
weitergezogen.
sexually harass
Das war
girls.
grauenvoll.
The Muslim boy says, "Can I say something? I think these German laws,
Die werden leider nicht angewandt.
the German law is no longer being enforced,
Leider werden sie
unfortunately.
nicht angewandt. Warum nicht?
Why German law no longer?" Another Muslim walks
Von
in.
wegen, wir schaffen
What's going on
das.
here?
Das
We will
schaffen
make
wir
it.
nie.
We will make it.
Und jeder normale Mensch
What we won't make.
weiß,
She says every same person knows that
dass
Islam is not
ein
compatible with
Islam
Christianity.
gar nicht kompatibel mit dem Christentum ist.
That's true, by the way. That's a fact.
Das weiß doch jeder. Nee.
Sprechen. Also, okay, Sie sagen jetzt, der Islam ist schlecht.
Saying Islam is bad.
Ich habe gesagt,
I didn't say it's bad. I said it's compatible with Christianity.
Könnten Sie das? Ja, aber wir sind hier in einer.
But they're in one Germany here. For the Islamists, the Christians are the enemies. For the Islamists are the enemies. Another Muslim, third Muslim walks up. No. Another
Jesus
one.
Christ.
Four.
They're just sprouting like it's like bloop, bloop.
By the way,
bloop, 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 bloop.
you think they've just proved her point? There's one of her and four of them just pop up.
Fuck did you just say about Islam, lady?
I
Hey,
know.
whoa. No, it's not. Hey, come on over here. This is fucking old ladies.
What's
Jesus
happening?
Christ.
That?
Meanwhile, the alt-right are the bad guys.
No, yeah, they're the bad
Meanwhile,
guys.
if this German lady was like super liberal and you had like a Richard Spencer there, he would just have his little fucking fancy mustache and he'd be like, well, I have to disagree with you. I think that Germany is predominantly a Christian state. It has been for the most years. I mean, pagans, maybe. But you wouldn't want to have all of these Islam. You know what I mean? Like, we debate people politely.
Yeah.
These guys are, what the fuck? Hey, come around back, too. Let's make sure. Dude, kneel behind her back so I can push her and she'll fall. Like, Jesus.
Das kann vielleicht sein von Ihrer Seite.
He says, yeah,
Aber aus
that's
meiner
just your
Sicht,
opinion from my
weil ich
point of
Moslem
view.
bin, ne? Alhamdulillah,
As a
ne?
Muslim, praise be to Allah, brother.
Sag ich nur so,
I just
sie
say
ist in
she is
Unrecht.
wrong.
Oh, well, case closed then.
We done?
So I'll move on.
Well, you have to say why.
Ja, weil nicht
Well,
alle
not all
Moslems
Muslims
sind
are bad.
Beziehungsweise das Islam
I
doch-
didn't say that, she says. Yeah, you said yes, you did.
Gesagt, der Islam ist
She said Islam is not
nicht
compatible with
kompatibel
Christianity.
mit dem Christentum. Und
Can you explain what that word means? He
das
says.
ist, wo ich
She says, I thought you were all so smart.
scheinbar.
Ach so.
It means doesn't fit in, so the reporter explains
Ja,
what it means.
warum denn nicht? Warum denn nicht?
Yeah, why? Never, it's not
Niemals.
compatible. Yes, but human is human,
Ja, das
human is
sagt
human.
ihr.
Well, if you say this,
Ja, und
yeah, we're all
warum werden die
humans.
Christen
Then she
getötet
says,
und
then why do Christians get murdered and beheaded?
Christen getötet und enthauptet?
Well, how? Why murder? When?
Ja. Wir sind für euch Feinde.
Yes, they get murdered. We're your enemies to you.
Also,
No.
jetzt hört
Come
mal
on, stop
auf.
it. Yeah, look. She's. By the way,
I love this lady.
She's right though.
But who does anybody not love this woman?
No, she's amazing. That's what Germany used to be versus what it is now.
I love this woman. I want to just hug this woman and protect her right now and smash all of these kids in the face.
Right in the face.
Be
Yep.
like, you leave this fucking sweet woman alone. We are going to protect her.
Wir haben
Come on,
einen
stop
Krieg
it. We've been through
mitgemacht.
this,
Wir
a
wissen,
war.
was das
We know
alles
what this
heißt.
means.
Good God damn, I love this woman. She doesn't back down. She's not getting intimidated. She's fucking had it. She is fed up.
Then the Muslim says,
und
yeah, we
ihr-
rebuilt it in 1950.
Ja,
She
ihr
says,
lauft-
you, and then she sighs.
Es ist aber
Ich
nicht so.
It's not true. He insists no Christians get murdered.
selber habe
I packed
Taschen
my bags
gepackt
myself.
am Anfang. Mit
Yeah, and then the other Muslim kid says, yeah, but we've been in that war too.
Kleidung.
Also,
Das ist nicht...
You're still wrong. The kid says, you're still wrong about Islam. You're insulting Muslim citizens in Islam.
And what happens when you insult the Prophet and his great followers? Fill in that blank, you little shit. Tell me what you want to do to this woman. Tell me what you'd want to do to this woman if there wasn't a camera rolling, guy.
Yeah, tell me Arabic menudo.
You really are. I was trying to think.
That's
I was trying
Arabic
to think
menudo.
of what they reminded
Yeah.
me of. They're like an Arab menudo.
Yeah.
They're not. They're like any Arab. They're like any '90s boy band.
Arab New Kids on the Block.
You guys like O-Town? You like 98 Degrees? We'll check out Inshallah. They're gonna be. These boys are totally. What is it? Halal.
Yeah. And it's okay if they have a wife. Doesn't mean they can't get another.
Unrecht mit dem Islam. Sie beleidigen hier gerade einen Bürger.
You're still wrong about Islam. You're insulting Muslim and its citizens in Islam.
Girl, what you doing to my heart is haram. They're doing a little twirly moves.
Oh, God.
In the name of the prophet. These songs are terrible. There was a boy band a lot of people don't know in the year 2000 called Inshallah that actually, if you listen close to their songs, they told us 9/11 was going to happen.
Yeah, how about the other song? My Girlfriend's a Gaza Stripper. I think that was her B album.
Good shit. Das ist einfach so. Ich will jetzt.
Das war dazu meine Meinung.
She says, "Don't
Okay,
refugees." She says, "Refugees from war. Okay, that's why I help them with clothing, etc."
Okay. Deshalb habe ich geholfen mit Kleidung etc. Aber wenn ich das jetzt, diese Belästigung
But when I see this harassment every day, they are
es wird-
reckless. Okay, here's the thing.
They're not people.
But this is exactly what's happening. She says, "Oh, I help these refugees, from actual war." Lady, I love you and I'm on your side. But you see, this goes to show you can't even help them a little bit.
No.
Get them all out. All of them need to be gone. They need to be put in a boat and sent back. That's it. All of them. Because you think, oh, man, we're going to help the war-torn ones. But then as we saw in Spain, then you saw the border in Spain. You saw all those lawyers and doctors that came in.
I have a friend in Germany who I had to recently talk out of joining up with certain movements because of the frustration. And I had to explain to this person, while your heart's in the right place and you should do what you can to support AFD and some of these other groups, you also have to be very careful about signing up.
Because then you're on a list.
Member registries, yes. I was like, find a way to help, but still keep that shit on the DL, because I know you're mad. But getting too mad, you're not going to think clearly.
But when I see harassment every day, they are reckless, the old lady says.
Also glauben Sie nicht, dass wir die
So
Integration
do you think we can
von der
integrate the
Flüchtlinge
refugees?
hinbekommen?
She says no.
Nein.
Well, that wouldn't be so bad,
Es
the
hört
guy
ja nicht
says.
auf, wenn Sie das
It doesn't
täglich
stop
hören.
when you hear it daily 10
10
million
Millionen
times and
sind
still
noch
fleeing.
auf der Flucht. Warum gehen Sie dann nicht?
Why do the other countries close their borders?
Warum machen die anderen
Oh,
Länder
yes, you're
alle
referring to Poland and Hungary, for
dicht?
example.
Wo ist denn da Europa?
Where is
Da
Europe? They preach
predigen
about
die
it.
auch, was Angela Merkel.
Angela Merkel knows. She goes, I don't care what Angela Merkel says.
Nobody does.
Die sitzt in ihrem Glashaus. Da, die
Wait, watch. Notice this. Notice. This is what Angela Merkel says. Watch what he does. Watch, he does the shush thing and keep your voice down like in watch.
Warum gehen Sie dann nicht?
Keep an
Warum
eye on the
machen
one
die
with the hair on
anderen
the left
Länder
behind the
alle dicht?
reporter.
Wo ist denn da Europa? Da predigen die auch, was Angela Merkel sagt.
I don't care what Angela Merkel says.
Die sitzt in ihrem
He does the lower your voice shh thing.
Glashaus. Die erfährt das tägliche Leben nicht.
Doesn't have the experience of everyday life.
Yep. But Angela Merkel said she will take in refugees, he says.
Ja, bei sich zu Hause ganz bestimmt.
We certainly not in our home.
Deutschland.
No, Germany. By the way, Angela Merkel said that, but you know what happened? She lost her party, and that same AFD now controls a lot of it. And now she's making all these concessions, like closing the border down, not letting any more people in.
Werden Sie außerhalb
Pointing
Berlins
out, too, that they don't bring any of the refugees into Berlin. It's always like the outer
Yep,
areas.
you're right.
Hamburg's fucking gone, by the way.
untergebracht. Und wir, bei uns werden sie
Instead,
mit
they get put right in our
unter uns
midst.
da. Und bei uns sind nur
And the
alte
street is
Leute
only
in der
old people,
Straße.
Germans.
Mal, gehen
Go
Sie mal
through
durch die
Luckberg
Lübecker
Street, where they all
Straße,
live.
wo die alle wohnen. Am
In the
helllichten
broad daylight,
Tage.
they come and say, fuck you.
Hör
No,
auf,
no,
mit
no,
dir rede
no.
ich doch
She
gar
says,
nicht.
no, I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
Stop it, I'm not talking. I love her.
Ach, das weißt du doch nicht.
I love her. I love her!
Weil wir's
I love this
erlebt,
woman!
wirklich.
Who would win? 4 Bommy Boys or 1 German grandma?
The Bommy Boys.
Okay, you're right.
Nein.
Nee, aber das werden wir niemals, wenn es so weitergeht.
If this continues like this, children will die in other countries. So
Wissen wir alles, Kriege
Yes,
kennen
we
wir
know,
alle.
we know.
Die Nachrichten in Attendorn.
it was on the news
die
in Adnan there were terrorists
Terroristen
among the
wieder.
refugees. So she's pointing out again, this isn't like some right-wing conspiracy. There is terrorists that are coming in with these refugees. I remember when this was first sold to us when Obama was still in office. This was first sold to them. It was these. Remember they're showing the picture of the dead kids.
Yeah, dude, even I fell for it. I was saying that we needed to take some of them in because, at the time I had that guilt of like, well, we did bomb the fuck out of Syria for no goddamn reason. We might as well help some of them out. But it was a fucking lie. They bombed Syria, so they'd have an excuse to fucking send them over here.
This is a couple weeks ago. The border of Spain, their border wall with a bunch of African immigrants.
Yeah, you're lying.
Coming in, and also, Mike, I want you to count how many women and children are here. Okay.
Oh, I already know 0 and 0 and 0 and 0.
Okay, good. So you've seen this video?
This is fucking This was everywhere. Guys, stop being bigots.
Tell me that's not, and let's be honest with each other, a little bit terrifying.
That's terrifying on any level.
Right.
I'm sorry. Call me a racist. Call me a racist. That's terrifying. It's even scarier in Europe where the cops are cucked as hell and don't even have guns.
Hey, Mike, you see a bunch of immigrants. I see a doctor, a lawyer, a chemist.
Okay, well, I see a doctor that will kill you.
Okay.
I see a lawyer that will get you convicted. And I see a chemist who's probably trying to blow up a subway. But yeah, sure.
Then I'll tell you the second half of that one, huh? But
I see a doctor. I see a witch doctor. Fucking bone through his nose.
No women, no children, already making a mess. There they are. Pretty nice teeth for a fucking someone in poverty, huh? That's the border wall. That's them hopping over it. I don't like this Black Panther remake.
Yeah. Well, at least it's more accurate.
It is more accurate. So these are the kids and the children that we're protecting, guys. So everyone, like Mike said, stop being a bigot, all right? Stop it.
When are we gonna have had enough, guys? When do we just fucking, do it?
Well, on the upside, like
can you say that at least anymore? Are we allowed to say that? Are we allowed to just say do it?
On the upside, Mike. Looks like you said it to the yesterday, but Vermont's going to be having a Republican governor because there's no way this thing's going to win.
Yeah, and especially they're running a tranny against an incumbent governor. Yeah. So it's not like, unless that incumbent governor really did, they better find him with a diddled kid in bed.
Dems nominate first transgender candidate for governor. So let's go ahead and play the video of Christine Halquist. By the way,
the headline should read, Democrats not serious about gubernatorial run in Virginia.
Vermont.
Sorry.
This is CNN.
Glad you brought that up because it gets to a really fascinating national poll that came out this week. And Democrats and Democratic-leaning voters were asked their view of capitalism and their view of socialism. And for the first time in Gallup's measurement here, at least the first time we've seen, more Democrats viewed socialism favorably than capitalism.
Isn't that scary, dude?
It is, but at the same time, they're not going to get it.
No,
so it's fucking, they're getting more and more fringe. See, here's the thing, right? Democrats always believed in socialism. They just used to hide it. And now they're not hiding it. They think that doubling down on the retardation that lost them the last election will be the way out. They're stupid.
Aglex says that national poll also shows that there are only two genders. So, I mean.
Here you go.
All right, here we go.
Does that surprise you?
Well, I'm not a person that's big on labels because I found labels are used to separate people. I look at the...
This isn't even a passable one.
No, this is like... This one actually kind of looks like Based Elmo in drag.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Platform of a living wage and health care for all, that's called civilized society. I don't even know how that...
Holy shit.
What?
You guys are so fucked in Vermont.
Yeah.
This one can't even I'm not even well there.
This one's crazy.
It should be like, you can't even speak. All that other guy has to come out and go, hi, I'm Jim so-and-so, and Just throw his hands up and shrug. Good night, everybody.
And healthcare for all, that's called civilized society. You know, I don't even know how that became socialism.
Why is she talking like Napoleon Dynamite?
God, it's like redistribute the wealth already. Stop. Top 1%. Stop it.
You know, I don't even know how that became socialism or Republican or Democrat.
Open your eyes.
I think that's as wide as she can open them, or he can open them.
That's not, no, that's drugs or something.
You think?
'Cause you're not, nobody has slits like this for eyes unless you're just like.
Or Republican or Democrat.
You're right.
Let's be a civilized society.
Do you support capitalism?
Well, obviously the long.
You know what?
history-
I'm just happy to see Will Ferrell's doing Harry Carey again because it's been so long. Hey, let me ask you something. What would you do if there was no money? Would you eat the moon if it were made of cheese? Republican governor. What do you have to say to that? I don't know, man. Just vote for me.
I'm Brian Kemp, and trannies are mentally ill degenerates. Calzone said in the chat.
Hey, what if we let everybody get free health care? Wouldn't that be something? You could just go to the doctor and get your medical coverage. Ain't that something?
Oh, fuck.
Measuring ourselves by increasing of gross domestic product is a flawed measure because that just encourages consumption. And we can see what consumption is doing to our world.
Again, I know you don't like labels, and this poll didn't ask people to choose between capitalism and socialism, but when faced with a choice between the two, it does sound like you look more favorably, again, the labels you have an issue with, on the ideas behind socialism.
Well, yes, and I'm not sure I even know what socialism is, so.
He's not sure. He knows what socialism is. He's not sure. He knows what socialism is. Democratic nominee governor of Vermont, ladies and gentlemen.
Even if you stood a chance, which you never do, you now don't stand a chance. Do you guys remember when Gary Johnson said, "What is Aleppo?"
Yes.
Okay. He stood a better chance after that than somebody saying, "I'm not even really sure what socialism is." Even people who are against socialism know what it is. People that are for socialism at least know what it is.
So, Mike, something else that we were right about, since, we're always right. Chris Hardwick, did you see him, the video of him coming back to his show?
Yeah.
Well, Chris Hardwick
has been arrested for rape.
Damn it! No.
How fucked up would
That would be the
Like,
worst.
Oh, no! And it's like literally they have him on tape with a gun, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Chris Hardwick returned to hosting The Walking Dead last night after he was suspended by AMC.
Fuck is this thing?
I was just going to ask, what is this guy? Hi, guys. Chris Hardwick was...
He looks like a fucking egret. I don't know. He looks like a Zootopia character. What is wrong with him?
This Chris Hardwick guy. He's back around
Jesus, dude.
back in the Cape. Apparently, after he's got some crazy bitch girlfriend.
It looked like he found the Jim Carrey's mask and he put it on.
It's like Matt Eisman found Jim Carrey. Remember the mask? The American Ninja Warrior guy. Fucking Matt Eisman's like, smoking.
After he was accused of sexually emotionally abusing his ex, Chloe Dextra, following an investigation.
This guy
is he autistic? Why is he talking like this? This is ET Canada. Entertainment Tonight Canada.
Did you really think I didn't know that, or are you just being a dick?
No, I know you're not good with that.
Entertainment
acronyms.
tonight. So look, it's not. Look, first of all, I don't like his stupid Owen Benjamin expression on his face. Because Owen Benjamin has that same thing.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I was just on Joe Rogan, and I'm not on drugs, but watch me play piano really fast. Ding, 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 ding. See that? I played the whole song. You have one job, right? Which is to speak into a camera. With girlfriend Chloe Dexter, he's got his jaw clenched like he's fucking, like he did a massive amount of Caveman Nitro before the show.
A lot of Caveman Nitro.
Chloe Dexter.
Dexter, following an investigation where no wrongdoing by Chris was found, he was allowed to return to the show starting last night.
Also, look, I always accuse people of being on drugs. He's not on drugs. He can't speak. Like, he's not drunk. He's not on drugs. What is with this posture? Why is one arm way bigger than the other one on this chick?
I don't. The way she's leaning, I think.
No, that one arm is way bigger than the other arm. What the fuck is? And it's tan. It's more tan. What is going on with this? Who's worse? Who is a bigger mess on Entertainment Tonight Canada? This fucking lopsided bitch.
Maybe, yeah, you're right. Maybe one leg is much longer than the other one.
What is this? What am I watching? Is this
maybe she's one of those Stretch Armstrongs, and the other arm hasn't come all the way back yet.
No, I need to know that this is a joke, right? This is a joke.
Oh, this is real.
And now, actually, the co-executive producer of the show
That
and other
arm is
staff
bigger.
Some people have bigger arms, dude.
members quit
Got
before
some weird
last
traps too. What is up with this broad?
night in protest because Chloe, the ex that accused Chris, was
She's built like a swimmer.
She's got a neck like Rick the Model Martel. The fuck is she doing? And again,
Out of everybody, Rick the Model Martel.
I don't know why.
That's a good one.
But like,
oh,
she's
fuck.
got these big traps. She's got one skinny, like lightly shaded arm. And like, does she just use one arm to give people hand jobs in a fucking bright fucking? Oh, maybe she gives hand jobs at a tanning salon as a side job.
No.
And she sticks her one arm and she doesn't rotate enough.
I think the problem is that one arm is always pushing the arrogance thing from the back, and that's what a reference. Jesus Christ, Mike. Holy fuck.
This fucking bitch. And the guy, too, again, he's not drunk or on drugs. He just can't speak very good. Well. Hi, how are you? This is Entertainment Tonight, and I don't speak so good. Chloe Dexter.
This is Entertainment Tonight from Canada. They think I'm slow, eh?
Chloe Dexterity was raped by the guy from Singled Out.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I was only doing curls with my right arm.
God, this. By the way, the Young Turks have a better set than you.
wasn't part of the investigation.
Yeah, in the opening of the show, Chris does thank producers on the show.
You know what he is? If Goofy turned human. If like Goofy from Disney World turned into a human.
That's the kind of guy, right? He's so weird that like if your friend was married to him, you'd be like, he either has money or he fucks like a champ.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
As well as Yvette Nicole Brown, who stepped in for him as host while he was suspended.
I'm so appreciative to be standing here right now. And I want to thank you, the Walking Dead community, for all of your support these last couple of months. You know, the show is not just a job to me. This is a vital part of my life, you know, and this has been a sanctuary. These last 7 years we've been here.
Jesus Christ. So
This
the
fake
shit
crying is so bad.
This has been with me through good times and bad times, and I have so much gratitude to you, the fans, and the producers, and the amazing cast of both of these shows, you know, for allowing me to come here and be a part of this community every week. This is what this is. This is a community, and you know,
You're not good at fake crying. You're not good at fake crying.
on the precipice of a lot of changes on both
This is
Walking
what
Dead shows and the
Cernovich did in the video I played on Nightwave the other night when he was claiming they're coming after my daughter. And he's like, you know, when they start taking things that are your daughter, and people think like when you can't cry and you can't act, you just do this a lot, and you start sounding gayer. And maybe people will think you're emotional. Just cry or don't cry.
coming weeks and months, and I'm so looking forward to going on that journey with you. And I've said the following words a million times, countless times, and yet I have never been more thankful than I am in this.
I fucking hate you again. You fuck, you rat fuck. We stuck up for you and you came out. I'm just so great. Because when guys don't know how to express emotions, but they're filled with soy and their faggotry, what they do is they do this because they imitate what they think leftists should do. Because they care so much. How many times have we spoken to you people sincerely? I'm never going to choke back fake tears like, guys, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it, man. I have had some really heartfelt, especially like on Nightwave where I'm drunk. I get a little like, you know, like your drunk uncle that's like talking to you at Thanksgiving and he's like, I love you, kiddo, you're the future of this family. Like, even then, I've never been like, you know, but I have said sweet things to people like where I'm like, you guys mean everything and we love you guys, but say it like a fucking man. Say it with your chest out, niggas. Fake, ew! Did you see that?
He did the fake wipe away tear.
But he wants them to think it's real.
Yeah.
You're a terrible. No wonder you're a presenter
and not an actor.
Yeah, because he's not a bad-looking guy and he's funny, and he like, you know, you kind of wondered back in the day, like, why didn't Chris Hardwick ever get involved? Oh, because you can't act.
First of all, before we start this, I just, I want to thank everyone for being here.
In the chat, it's not a journey, faggot. It's a fucking job, you asshole. You think a fucking plumber is like, by the way, thank you for allowing me to fix your sink and go on that journey. And also, I only take check, Visa, or money order.
But I just have to say to Yvette Nicole Brown, I know, Tone, you are such an amazing friend. You are a gift on this planet, and you stepped in and did amazing.
Don't indulge him. Be like, man, nigga, is you fake crying right now? You know what happened when Patrice O'Neal died? We lost the last honest man on planet Earth.
Yep, I agree.
We should have, when we had the opportunity, gotten his DNA and cloned him, so that when we had the technology available, we could clone him. Because we need an army of Patrice O'Neals literally thought patrolling men and females, walking the earth. We need robot Patrice O'Neals in every studio going, Nick, is you fake crying right now? Man, stop wiping fake tears out your eyes, motherfucker. Just tell people you're grateful, dog. You don't have to do this to yourself. You know he would be. I miss Patrice every goddamn day because he was the guy that would have went, is this motherfucker wiping fake tears? Just tell people you're grateful, bitch.
Jobs at the Comic-Con panel and last week on the preview special.
I'm going to just keep doing this thing where my voice sounds weaker because, again, I don't know how to cry. By the way, I have done this many times in the past to women because they were threatening to leave me, and I'm sorry, I kind of cared because them leaving would be like a minor inconvenience in my life, but I didn't want to go through that minor inconvenience, and it was a lot easier. I'm sorry for me to do this fake emotional thing because I can't cry on command either. So please, and then they would just do what I say. Chris,
Frozen Asian.
I'm starting to believe Chloe now with this fucking fake shit. I'm starting to believe Chloe now.
Frozen Asian. She had her eyes say, "This shit's getting gay." That's what she looks like.
But this is, dude, now I'm starting to wonder if I wonder how many times Chloe Dykstra in her life was like, Chris, I really don't want to suck your dick tonight. And he was like, are you serious right now?
Like, are you really gonna do this to me? I got a big day tomorrow. You can't suck my dick. Can you suck my dick, please? Please.
You know, I have so much appreciation for you. You are so much a part of this family, and I was honored to have you sit in, and you are my true friend, and I just love you so much.
Why do guys think that when you can't cry on command, you should just talk like a faggot? Like that's the equivalent of right? Isn't that what they do though? I'm just gonna do this and sit close to you, like knees to knees, and go, I love what a friend you've been to me, and I'm gonna act super effeminate for a few months until all the dust settles from this sex assault controversy. God, I fucking hate. You know what? I fucking hate you, Chris. We should have fucking piled on and put the boots to you.
All right,
enough
about Chris Wingate. I mean Hardwick.
Well, actually,
fucking.
Well, you know what? You know they're gonna probably host Chris Hardwick at Comic-Cons again.
Oh
He's back in the game, right?
Yeah, he's back in the
so,
game.
Chris Wingate, I have a challenge to you because you know you're so woke.
Yeah.
And you do care about women. You believe women. You shouldn't be caught taking pictures or attending any Comic-Cons from now until forevermore. Stand by your convictions, Chris. You still think Chris Hardwick's a dangerous man who hurt that young lady. You should not support it. So any projects that he does the after shows for, you can't watch Walking Dead anymore. You can't go to Comic-Con. You either stay in your convictions, Chris, or stop being a faggot and reporting Pod Awful and the rest of us. Stop it.
Germany lifts ban on Nazi symbols in video games. So we played the video, the side-by-side video game. I know, Mike.
Yay! What about in real life?
No.
What about the party?
No.
No?
No. But hey!
I jumped the gun a little bit.
Baby steps.
Baby steps to bring him back to Nazi party. Baby steps to bring him back to Nazi party. It's like, what about Pop? Baby steps. Baby, let me use my mouse with my shirt.
Germany lifts ban on Nazi symbols in video games. I remember we played the side-by-side of Wolfenstein, where it had, you know, Mein Führer was changed. They wouldn't show him. He looked like that.
It really did make him look like he looked like the guy from Hitman who's dying.
Yeah.
Remember that target he had that was in the hospital?
The heart, yeah.
He looks like that guy.
Computer and video game can include swastikas and other Nazi symbols, and German industry body said Thursday after a heated debate over the Wolfenstein franchise in which gamers battle the Third Reich forces. The game was previously deemed to have fallen foul of German and criminal code when it bars any depiction of so-called anti-constitutional symbols, including Nazi swastikas. According to Wolfenstein 2, images of Adolf Hitler were doctored to remove his mustache and swastika. The Nazi flag was replaced with a triangle symbol. This sparked a uproar in the gaming community, prompting a call for games to be treated like films because movies are deemed works of art. They are exempt from the ban, similar to the material. Okay, so movies are movies. I guess have always been fine in Germany. Like you could watch Inglourious Bastards there.
Well, you know, I do find too that politics has a lot of elements of
art
to it.
Okay,
theater.
Okay, you're right. You're right. Just saying, yeah. Films set in World War II era, for instance, are allowed to be seen in Germany with Nazi symbols. The Entertainment Software Self-Regulation Body, USK, said video games will be future examined as whether to constitute such exemptions. Yeah, I think the problem isn't so much the video games or the movies. It's that you can't do it in real life or criticize anything or even joke, or you'll go to jail. Like, they don't play around in Germany. They'll fucking lock you up.
Yeah, dude, they locked up ladies as old as the one we saw getting interviewed.
89-year-old woman, you saw that?
Who, by the way, she didn't even say the Holocaust never happened.
No.
She literally said that there were some things in the story that she didn't buy.
Right.
Like, here's the thing, right? The Holocaust is the only historical event in history that we are legally required to accept the official narrative on. And if you deviate from the official narrative in one minor detail, you will be labeled an anti-Semite and you will be run out of your ability to earn a living, to live your normal life, to even leave your house and go to the store. They will fucking destroy you. And just like they proved with the Andrew Anglin thing, the Richard Spencer thing out there in Montana, they will start going after your mother and they'll start going after your family because that's how these people play. It's just weird. Like, you can say, I don't think 3,000 people died in 9/11. I think that's bullshit.
Jesse Ventura made his career off of that.
I think only 300 people died in 9/11, and I don't think any planes were in the sky that day. Okay. Well, here's your YouTube channel. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I don't think it was 6 million Jews that died in the Holocaust.
Banned.
I think it was 5,900,050 people.
Banned. You're banned.
Like, but I just was rounding. You were rounding up. I was just getting the exact figure. But you can add. You can add to the numbers. Like if I made a channel that just tried to prove that 500 million people were killed in the Holocaust, they would probably make me a verified partner tomorrow. Here's your check mark.
All right, Mike, 1, 2, or 3.
They're all going to suck. 1.
How can I cure my white guilt from the New York Times? Yes. Mike? Yes.
Could you pop my mic down?
Oh, yeah.
I could just say, you don't have to make a whole break with the music. I just want to say just a quick thing.
Hold on, let me make sure both are down.
Because you can't say that.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, that isn't violation of terms.
That
of
would have
service.
been
I just was giving Royce a very quick method on which you could correct your white guilt.
Dear Sugars, I'm riddled with shame, white shame. This isn't helpful to me or anyone, especially people of color. I feel like there's no me outside of my white upper middle class cisgender identity. I feel like my literal existence hurts people. Like I'm always taking up space that should belong to somebody else. I consider myself an ally. I research proper etiquette and read writers of colors, vote in a way that will not harm people of color.
Can we start calling ourselves the Axis
of color?
Well, no, because everybody does the allies on the left. We should be the Axis.
I like it. You want to coin that?
So that way we can identify between like the fucking goofy libertarians that are embarrassing and the alt-right spurgs and the fascists. Like we can all be like, no, we're the Axis powers. Not everybody's the same. But when you see a 1488 spurg and he's not ruining your day, you got to go, he's part of the Axis.
Yeah. I'm riddled with shame that isn't helpful to me or anyone, especially people of color. I feel like they're so outside of me. I consider myself an ally, research proper etiquette, read writers of color, vote in no way that will harm people of color and the vulnerable people. I engage in conversation about privilege with other white people. I take courses that will further educate me. I donate to Black Lives Matter.
Oh, so you're a cuck.
Yet I fear that nothing is enough. Part of my fear comes from the fact that privilege is invisible in itself. What if I'm doing or saying insensitive things without realizing it? Another part of it is that I'm currently immersed in the whitest environment I've ever been in. My family has lived in the same apartment in East Harlem for 4 generations. Every school I attended, elementary school through high school, was minority white. But I'm now attending an elite private college that has 75% white. I know who I am and I realize how people perceive me, and my perception feels unfair. I don't talk about my feelings because it's hard to justify doing so well while people of color are dying due to systematic racism, and making this conversation about me would be, again, censoring whiteness. Yet, bottling it up makes me feel like existential anger, and I have a hard time challenging since I don't know my place. Instead, I harness my privilege for greater good. I'm curled up in a ball of shame. How can I be more than my heritage? Whitey.
This is, guys, this is mental illness. I'm not trying to be edgy. I'm not trying to be, this fuck mental illness, social cut. No, this is mental illness. This is not, in no other society. If you were anything but white, they would say you're self-hating. That's true.
You're right.
If you were a Jew and you were saying, all the Jews, the media, and the banks, or if you were a black guy and you were like, man, fucking pull up your pants, stop acting like an N-word, people would be like, you self-hating black. Like, remember Bill Cosby?
Yep.
Everybody thought Bill Cosby was like a self-hating black.
Right.
And when you're black or Hispanic or Jewish or Asian and you have that attitude towards your own culture, people are like, the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you so self-hating? But when you're white, it's okay. It's woke, dude. You're woke. Don't you understand that these people are trying to put us at a strategic disadvantage by poisoning the minds of our people? My people.
My people.
Steve Allman replied from the New York Times, shame and anger are powerful emotions, Whitey, and yet your central struggle is around your identity. You write that you don't know your place. In fact, your letter describes your place as kind of a prison cell of privilege. What you really feel is trapped within the identity that marks your inescapability as an oppressor. This feeling is especially acute right now, I suspect, because you're suddenly immersed in a milieu that reflects your privilege back onto you. We do live in a culture steeped in white supremacy and class bigotry, as well as patriarchal values.
I guess, if you say so.
New York Times. But the solution to the injustice isn't to wallow in self-hatred. Instead, heed the words the writer Bell Hooks. Privilege is not in and of itself bad. What matters is what we do with the privilege, she writes. We have to share our resources and take direction about how to use our privilege in ways that empower those who lack it. Take direction. That's basically do what you're told, good white boy, and you're not going to empower others by disempowering yourself. What do you think?
I think that this man, what I told you off mic, that's what I think that. No, you don't have to.
You sure?
No, you heard it already.
Okay.
The same thing I already said.
I just never want to get into your system.
That's what I think he needs. No, I don't. Hey, listen, man. Look, man. You guys know I'm not an angry guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking fly off the handle like that. It's not my style, Royce.
So,
these people need to be fucking removed from our population physically. You can't, like, that's traitor. Again, I said it earlier. You can face the enemy, but to fucking, to give your enemy a clean death, as they would say in the days of old battles. But the people inside your castle who opened the door for the invaders, they were burned in boiling oil. They were burned at the stake. You saved a special fucking horrendous ending for people like that because they're traitors. They're worse than the enemy.
They should be depotatoed?
Depotatoed. Depotatoed.
Depotatoed.
Please do not depotate him. He only whipped his wife and molested his kids.
It is not a big deal. Depotatoed. You bork, bork, bork. All right.
My son is also named Bort.
Okay. All right. So one more thing before we go. This is some D.C. police protecting this was at the rally, I believe. I think it was. Anyway, this is police protecting an Antifa tranny. And remember, they...
Really? It wasn't one of ours this time?
Check it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This piece of shit. I watched this video like 5 times the other day, and it's,
right.
Dude, the infinite patience being displayed by the cops that are like...
Yes, okay. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I had a tranny that we had to have removed from our club once. She was one of the trannies that used to perform on those nights. And she was one of those trannies. Everybody had to call her and, she was one of the hotter trannies I've ever seen now. It's a bad bitch, but it was still a dude. And we were getting her removed by the cops because she was always a fucking problem. She never legally changed anything over. So
you still called her sir and stuff?
So her license still said Enrique Sanchez or you know what I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
So the cop kept referring to this tranny as Mr. Such and Such and Sir,
because that's what the license said.
And she kept just kept wiling out on these cops. They ended up arresting her. They were just trying to remove her. They ended up arresting her, and you could tell at first I'm like maybe the cop's just being a fit. That cop was kind of enjoying it towards it because this person.
So he liked it because that was on the ID.
And I don't even think he was transphobic. This person was really a horrendous human being. Everyone hated it, and I think he was just towards the end. You could see him going, "Oh, I understand. Please calm down, sir. We're just trying to run your stuff." And I could see he was enjoying it a bit towards the end. I'm like, "This motherfucker."
Calm down, sir. That's fucking.
Do you understand? There's never an ending where you get enraged and start screaming and trying to fight cops that ends well.
No, you're right.
If I were in cuffs right now and the cops had me and they're running my stuff and let's say I had a few drinks and I was driving. I know that sounds crazy, but if I'm sitting in cuffs and I'm waiting to be arrested, and the cop comes over and he's like, "Great, so do you have any warrants or anything, faggot?" No, I don't, sir. All right. Do you have any weapons in your car, faggot? Any drugs? You pussy ass bitch? Anything like that?
Yeah, but you're still doing your job.
There's nothing you can do. Even if he's trying to get a rise out of you, you just got to be like, "No, sir.
No, sir, I don't. Sir, no.
Sir, thank you, sir." Like, even if you want to murder that cop, you got to just be like, "Thank you, sir. Yup. Just get out of jail. Get out of there. Go home," and then you can go, "Oh, and then you know what that fucking pig said to me?" Like, just do it in the privacy of your own
Then you
home.
have that story at least to tell people.
But, like, it wouldn't matter if I was sitting in a cop car, like, "What's up, faggot? You little pussy bitch. You like that shit, huh? You like dudes? You like dicks in your mouth?" I'd be like, "Fine, whatever, sir."
Yes, I like dicks in my mouth.
Yes, I love dicks in my mouth. Can we go to jail, please?
Please.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out.
Man, Jim Brewer, man, his new fucking movie looks terrible.
They're protecting those fucking pieces of shit. They want us dead. What the fuck is wrong with you? Get a fucking job. You piece of shit.
Here's what I don't think. What do they think that they get? Like, what do they think their movement gains from this? Because the alt-right always has specific instructions.
I mean, we're talking about it. Maybe that.
Like, we're way more disciplined when it comes to people going out. Even look, Charlottesville, it does annoy me that you guys can't take even a little bit of responsibility for how things went down. I'm not saying it's fucking, 100% your fault.
Right.
But, you were there too. Like, two people are at a party, two people get in a fight. Both people have to take responsibility for everything in their life leading up to them going to that party that night, if you're a responsible adult. But I have to give the alt-right credit in that they,
make sure you say they.
I'm not alt-right. Is that they generally have strict instructions, and many of them follow it. And yeah, you get some fucking Vanguard guys sometimes just act, leave Vanguard out of this, that act like assholes. But overall, most of the time they come, and you only need like 4 or 5 of the local higher-ups to go, "Don't fuck with the cops. Don't be a fucking jack-off. If they arrest you, fucking let one of your people know that you're here with. Hey, I'm getting arrested. Come get me. Don't fucking do it the whole thing, because we're the bad guys." You guys have gotten so comfortable with being on the red side of history, man, that you'll sit there and go, "You fucking pig, you fucking piece of shit." Like, what are you doing?
They have gotten really brazen. You're right.
Like, the alt-right people would have, like, if one of the guys, like, imagine there's a dude with, like, a, Vanguard America shield, and he's screaming at the cops, calling them fucking pieces of shit. The people on the right will grab him and fuck him up. I just watched videos, Kim, asshole Kim that I hate. I watched videos on Nightwave of him the other night getting beat the fuck up twice at the Portland rally by Patriot Prayer people.
Because he was being a spurg?
Because he was being a spurg.
What was he doing?
One time he was saying that some lady maced him in the back of the neck.
Yeah.
Shut up, dude. How can you even tell? Like, that would be like somebody spilling a bit of sriracha on your neck. Just wipe it off, faggot. But he was like, "This bitch fucking man." And it got to just when Owen Schroyer happened to be there going, "What are you doing?" And everybody in that group and they weren't leftists that sprayed him. It was supposedly a MAGA woman that sprayed him. And everybody was like, "Kim, go home. You're a fucking asshole. We all know you're a leftist. You're just here to make us look bad." And then later on, he's out there and he's screaming at some lady in a mask. And it was like an Antifa chick.
Right.
But he's got his dumb megaphone. "Take off your fucking mask! Take off your fucking mask!" And he's like shoving her and shit. And he hits her with the megaphone. And a Patriot Prayer guy comes over and he's like, "Bro, what are you doing?" And Kim pushes him, and the Patriot Prayer guy's like,
Just not. That's per.
And then, dude, the funniest part of the Kim video is like 2 minutes goes by, somebody starts filming the crowd, whatever, and then they go back to Kim, and he's all alone standing there, and he's got his little megaphone, and then he's like, no leftists, no pedophiles, no child sacrifice," and he's trying to get like the chant going again.
Right.
He's like, "No commies, no pedophiles," and you could hear people on the right wing side giggling like, "Hey Kim, you're a fucking joke. Everyone makes fun of you. People that tag you in photos that hang out with you write me messages about what a fucking joke you are."
Well, guys, we have come to the end of the program.
Forever.
No, just today.
Oh, okay.
Just today.
I didn't know if they...
We're still all right for now.
Say it one more time today. big old bag of props going out to Laura Loomer.
Thank
today
you,
for
Laura
actually
Loomer.
for being the only media personality, for being the only city folk who've got your boys back at Revenge of the Sis. So thank you to her. And give us money. Go to
RevengeOfTheSys.com/donate. Patreon.com. Become a patron. That's the best way to help the show. Patreon.com/We're Not Sorry. Donate to our DC Fund. Streamlabs.com/RevengeOfTheSys. The Nightwave tonight will be on Twitch.com/Comedian Mersh. Okay?
Yeah, that's
everyone
easy.
listening, go subscribe right now. Listen to Mike tonight.
And it's Twitch.tv.
Twitch, well,
They
it'll
can't even
still
have
work.
that. Oh, does it?
Yeah. Twitch.tv, Twitch.com, it's the same thing. Comedian Mersh and Daywave for now, as at YouTube.com/Daywave Radio tomorrow morning. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for our Friday show. Anything else you want to say, Mike? Anything else you want to plug?
No, I'll see you guys mañana.